Good morning. I'm going to take you through a 1650 day, little vlog style. I haven't done this in a while. So calories right now are 1650, 5 times a week. This is, I think the last week of this. Yeah, last week of this, and then I'll have 2 refeed days again on Saturday and Sunday at about 2370. I say it about, it's 2370, so about 2400 calories those 2 days. And this is 30 grams of oats. So put that in here. Shout out to the scale company, DISS DACE. Very, very good company, or like good scale, I should say. So, yeah, so just coming into Saturday, it's a Monday. This is Monday, the, what is it, 13th at 5:30. And let's see, I weigh the water because I'm just whatever. You probably know this by now if you're watching my videos. But another thing I never mentioned, you need to use the power setting on the microwave in order to get it like perfectly done. It's not going to be quite as good as stovetop because stovetop oatmeal is going to be best, but the power setting like 60%. I put it for 2 minutes and 22 seconds just because it's easy. 2 and yeah, that's 60%. Power really gets the oats evenly cooked and not like, anyway, it doesn't boil over too. So it's sitting there. Just did so I posed in the morning, been getting up like really early, depending on just how I'm sleeping. Right now, obviously tired. I did 40 minutes of cardio and I posed for, I don't know, about 25, 30 minutes before that, including tape review. So that's, ongoing. It's something that I have been working on this whole season with Coach Jeff, and he's really put a lot of time into me. So, it's I think paying off. I'm finally being able to see the physique that I would catch glimpses of in the mirror. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, where you're like, oh man, that looks good, but then when you get on stage, it just doesn't quite come out the way that you saw it, and it's like, man, like how did I miss that or whatever. Uh, yeah, it's been a game changer as far as the results that I've seen on stage this season. So I've been shouting out and like just giving credit where credit's due for the so many incremental improvements over the techniques, whether it's training, mindset, nutrition, just like little subtle techniques that I've been able to pick up working with Coach Jeff. Just almost a year's coming up pretty soon here. So yeah. Anyway, at this point, prep brain is pretty much full in mode, and yeah, I'm leaner. I woke up today after 2 refeeds at 139.4, which is the lowest I've been after 2 refeeds. So yeah, it's working. Let's see here. Got 3-ish weeks until the mayhem. And I wish my cat would stop meowing, so hopefully it's not bugging y'all too much. So, I'm gonna add my blueberries. Just quickly glancing Costco. 30 grams of oats. Oh wait, this is where my prep brain goes. Bonkers. So I do a whole egg because I'm going to train in about an hour and a half or so. So the logic behind this is that it's going to last me. It's not going to digest, right? Super fast. The fats in this are going to slow down the digestion. Fiber, oats, going to slow digestion a little bit too, and just going to allow for. I'm going to crack it in first because I think it whips up better. When it heats up a little bit from the yolk, I don't start whipping it right away. But anyway, back to the logic behind this is getting in some fats, some slower digesting carbs before training, um, depending on how long out from training you are, is going to matter, especially at this stage in leanness, right? So yeah, that's why I do it. And I think in the off season it doesn't matter quite as much, depending on where you're at in your deficit, in your surplus, and where you're at in your body fat. I'm gonna stay much leaner this off season, so I believe it's gonna matter more in the sense of kind of prioritizing carbs more around my training, and it also just makes the day better, and I sleep better, especially in prep, um, with just a little bit of carbs and a little bit more fat at night. So that's on the lower calorie. Definitely just push all of my carbs towards workout time. So get the egg in here, break it up first, and then whip it in here. You can see that, but I whip it, and it kind of turns this into, I don't know, I re-microwave it for about 45 seconds. And it turns it into kind of like a cake almost, or at least I guess not really a cake, but in the prep setting, cake enough consistency. And yeah, I don't know. I think it tastes good. So I try and get all of the oats in here just with stuff. I mean, you don't have to do this. But that's basically what it looks like. I don't get on the side too much. All right, back in the microwave. This time I'll put it for uh, full power, 40, 40, 45 seconds. This has been my meal for the past, I don't know, however many weeks if you follow me on Instagram. It's what you've seen. So I'll throw in about 30 grams of blueberries, and then I'm gonna have probably 10 grams of casein in there as well, and then I'll wait another hour-ish, 45 minutes-ish, and about 30 minutes before I train, I'm gonna have a cream of rice serving, um, or maybe yogurt and fruit. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. Um, so I usually pick between those two. You probably cream of rice, which is going to be faster digesting, and I will get a little bit of fruit in there, and that's pretty much it. And go train. Um, it's upper three, so my third upper session, I'm doing upper one, upper two, upper one, lower one, off, upper two, lower two, off, upper three, off, and it just rotates like that. The days fall wherever they're going to fall. I don't really follow a week schedule. Just it's a rotating schedule like that. Um, and yeah, so upper three, I'll have an off day tomorrow, and then I'll start the process again. On my off days, I usually change my meals and kind of spread out carbs a little bit more evenly throughout the day because I'm not training. So that's what it looks like. See how it kind of firmed up. And I'll throw in some salt, blueberries. Oh, and yes, if I'm going to buy a precision scale, might as well use it. 30. And at this point, I need the same thing. I probably could just go off of looking at it and by feeling and all those things. I like numbers. If you're a bodybuilder, you probably like numbers too. I don't know what it is about it, but there's that. And as far as protein, I've been using this Rule One. It's really affordable, actually. You can find it for like 45 bucks for this tub. I think it's 4 pounds, 3.96. So I like casein too. Again, I'm not training right away. I don't need this whey isolate to digest super fast right now. And I'll throw in 10 grams of this, 10, 11 grams. There we go. And that is on the money. There we go. Creatine, throw it in here too. Usually about 5 or 6 grams. And then the last piece that I think adds pop to it is going to be some lemon zest. All right. If you don't like it, if you don't like that, you can use orange zest too. But to me, it just gives it this nice little hint of flavor, blueberry and lemon, oatmeal, lemon zest oatmeal. If you like the lemon and blueberry thing, man, I'm freaking into food. That's another thing about I think prep, which is very interesting to me, is that when you're low on carbs and all that, you start like slurring your words. Or just talking slower. Notice that as well. I like to smash the blueberries a little bit if it's a little bit, if I didn't put enough water. But I like the oatmeal a little bit, just a smidge right here. Casein will thicken it up. Alright, so that's what a consistency, a little bit more. Alright. And if I don't have time, I usually do a smoothie, but I have time. And I think that's another piece of prep that some people don't talk about. It's like setting up your morning, having a system. Like, I know how much time I have, what I need to do. I've been in this routine for so long at this point. This zester sucks, by the way. I'm ordering a new one. I've tried multiple brands or multiple ones of this OXO, just not good. But anyway, yeah, having that system, having that routine, and just being able to rely on it, finding things that you can agree with as far as foods, knowing what triggers you is crucial, especially at this stage. These foods, you know, don't trigger me to want to binge. Uh, the low level of hunger is always going to be there. You're never going to really like lose it, but there's things that you can do to make it worse for sure. So, see, sorry, maybe I'll edit this out. Okay, yeah, emotional eating, something that I'll probably talk about more, but there's anything that I've really come to grasp is that just being more mindful about the whole, are you really hungry? This is something Coach Jeff has really helped understanding. It's like, are you hungry? Think about it. And, you know, is it really worth putting any energy into that emotion? And then think about, like, is there something else that's bugging you? Because a lot of times And prep, it probably is something else that has triggered you to want to eat because we all seem to be like emotional eaters at some point. Uh, and especially at this point, like survival mode, we want the dopamine hits. So finding something else that you enjoy, a hobby, um, is really important. If you got a family, kids, you can pour your time into them. Of course, I don't have any kids, so I have a lot of other interests that I take into and do. Some perfume, things like that. Reading, I journal a lot, so I'll do that. Um, and then, of course, really making time. Because before I used to kind of like be super solitary and not want to hang out with friends and all of this, and it just wasn't a good. It wasn't good. Now, um, fitting into the structure of the day and working in those things has been, I think, a game changer as well. So, still having the rigidity that you need as a bodybuilder, but finding time to be sociable has been a game changer. I see the other coaches on the team, making time for their friends, making time for their family, and it's been just an awesome example to follow and understand that uh, in order to truly be a professional at this sport and want to be a coach and want to lead people and guide people, there has to be a harmony. And I don't like the word balance because there's nothing balanced about prep, right? There's like that's craziness. If you're taking it at the level of seriousness and at the level that most pros, I would think, are, uh, you're going to be all in on the bodybuilding. But that doesn't mean there can't be some semblance of harmony, meaning that it's working together. It's not fighting. It's not trying to um, interrupt your life as much, or have it interrupt your life as least as possible, and learning how to do that. And I think that is truly the difference between going from, um, I mean, you can turn pro with this structure and hardcore mentality and rigidity, but at some point it's going to snap, and it's going to snap whether you're going to be blowing up on someone, being irritable, or you're going to give up the sport, or binging, eating, something like that, right? And that's the difference, I think, in order to incorporate it and make it into a lifestyle, is you've got to be able to learn how to do that long term. And I think that's what natural bodybuilding really promotes. And I really, really, really like that because if you're an enhanced competitor, you're there's a timeline, right? I think everyone that undertakes those risks understands that at this point, especially with social media being what it is today, that there's an expiration point. And then you can either turn it off, you can venture into other things on that side of the realm. But as a natural bodybuilder, I knew this from day one, right? Like I knew that I was in this for decades. It wasn't a surprise or, a gotcha, whatever. Like, no, I was early 20s watching people in their mid 30s and 40s beating people on stage. And I knew it was like, okay, if that's how old these people are and they're looking like this, they've been training, they've been doing all of that time to get there, and they're reaching that level at that point. Some people reach it earlier because they're genetic anomalies. I knew that I wasn't, you know. I knew it was going to take me time to get to where I'm at. So, that was the mindset. Now that I'm here, it's changed from trying to want to win all the time to just like being like, wow, this is like such a beautiful lifestyle. It's given me so many things. I've been able to enhance everything around me, you know, because of the the rules and the discipline and the structure and all that I've been incorporating into my own life slowly over this 15, 16 year timeline, and it's only gotten better. So I can only imagine the next 10 years, um, the improvements I'll make and continue to make. And I hope to die doing this sport, right? Because to me, the lifestyle is this is what I want. And then it's weird. It's not normal to a lot of people, but I love it. Um, that's enough talking for now. I'm gonna eat and I'll get back to you in a bit. Thanks.
So instead, going with a smoothie, 70 grams of peaches, and 45 grams of banana, ice, 150 grams of almond milk, and a rice cake. So this is pre-training, 7:25 ish. We're gonna get there pretty soon, and upper session 3. See you in a bit. Ended up needing a little bit more carbs, so 12 will hit me 60 before workout. I'll get another 30-ish after workout, and then I'll split the rest up. Have 150 for the day, so hits me exactly at 60. So there we go. All right, so I take these: fish oil, chelated zinc, magnesium citrate, helps digestion, different from magnesium glycinate, ashwagandha, L-theanine, melatonin occasionally, phosphatidylserine. This helps with stress, cortisol. And then this is the glycinate. This is for nighttime, helping sleep. And this last one is NAC or NAC. That's for antioxidants. So right now in the morning, I'll do, this is L-theanine is for sleep, but those are, take one of these, take a chelated zinc, my fish oil, a NAC, and my multi. And then I did want a little bit of extra caffeine. This is a Zevia soda. It's like 40 milligrams. Woke up a little early, earlier than normal. So yeah, I'm gonna get that in, and that's it. All right, just finishing up a meal with a little bit of Greek yogurt. Easy to eat from the tub. That's what I do. Yeah, you get a more accurate weight anyway, or I just weigh it and then I just subtract. So put it on a scale, write down what it is, and then figure out how much you eat. I eat pretty much the same amount all the time, so this will probably be like 1.5 servings. So another 20 grams or so of protein, which leaves me for about 40 grams of each serving. So for my next 2 meals. So I'll probably eat another 3.5, 4 hours, and then something right before bed to kind of hold me over so I'm not starving and hopefully sleep through the night. So, all right, I'll be back in a bit. Lunchtime. All right, so we've got rutabaga, spinach, and onion bell pepper in here, avocado, habanero, about 130 grams of rutabaga, 100 grams of chicken, just shred it up in here. And then the avocado, I'll probably put like 30 or 40 grams in there, something like that. And then top it off with maybe some classic yellow mustard, per usual, or this little yellow bird blue agave sriracha. It's not bad, but you know, I need something spicier. My palate is accustomed to habaneros. So, what did I have for the snack earlier? I had 120 grams of Greek yogurt with a little bit of whey protein in there after workout, just post-workout meal. Day's been going by pretty good. Not too busy, thought it'd be busier with Columbus Day, but I'm definitely getting that wild, kind of like sunken in face, really like looking weird. But yeah, feeling all right. Look probably worse than I feel. I feel good, spirits are up, just got the official email from the WNBF saying that I am cleared, right? My urine was clean. And yeah, just looking forward to getting to the mayhem and getting on stage with people that I've been looking up to for almost 2 decades at this point. Can't wait. Talk to you guys in a bit. All right, next meal here, we've got 112 grams of chicken, 130 grams of rutabaga, 63 grams of avocado, and that is going to be my next meal. So low carb, obviously. I'm going to save my carbs for the night so I can have a little bit of them, help me with better sleep, and finish off the fats. Probably not too high. I think this is going to be, yeah, 37 fats, 40 fats for today. Or I'll finish off the day near there. But anyway, this is meal number 4, and I'll see you in a bit. Probably gonna put some more mustard on this, maybe some Frank's Red Hot, and I got another habanero. So catch you in a second. All right, headed home. Just thinking about my last meal. So this is like not having a meal plan and just playing day by day and batch cooking. I usually just look at how many macros I have left over and I plan it out the whole way, you know, evenly splitting. I've been doing this for so long at this point, I know the amount of grams of the food that I'm eating to get the amount of macros or the amount of protein, carbs, and fat that I need per meal, more or less. Uh, so right now I've got about 40 grams of protein that I need to hit, 40 grams of carbs, and 7 to 10 grams of fat that I need to hit. So, well, what am I gonna eat? Fish, usually, right? Because that's gonna be no fat. I can do tuna. I did cook some actual grilled fish, so I'll probably end up killing that, just because tuna is easier to pack and easier to get through the day when I'm at work. I don't have to warm anything up, just drain it, uh, and go from there. So that's what I'm gonna eat tonight. Get my 40, most of my protein from the fish. I have a creamy left, so I'm probably gonna eat the creamy. It's not very many calories, so I'll probably save. And this is like the mental, I guess, game or whatever you want to call it, calculation that I play in my head. So again, this is probably not for everyone. Definitely not. I wouldn't advise dieting this way for first timers or people that don't have any experience. But this is how I incorporate this into my lifestyle in general, and I'm able to transition in and out of prep a lot easier. Is being able to is have this skill and know roundabout estimates. This is also why I don't really track during the off season, because I don't need to, because I've been doing this for so long. I can pretty much um, be within range. And then listening to hunger signals is another big one, right? Just like stopping eating when you are full. And, you know, that's tough. It's going to be tough for me coming out of it because I do tend to want to binge. But last year, I managed it fairly well. The first week I did, I had fun and I had a big day after the meal or after the competition. But and then we walked like 25,000, 30,000 steps a day in Boston. So I was really able to eat a lot of food and not really see some bad results from it. But that probably won't happen this year. So I'm going to have to control it a little bit more, which is fine. No big deal. But anyway, yeah, you'll see my meal in a second. All right, so this is what it is. 150 grams of this swai fish or pagnaceus, which is super low fat. Rice cakes. Gonna do some hot sauce, my creamy, and probably 2 more rice cakes with my creamy and maybe some fruit to round out a little bit more carbs. And gonna finish this. Would love some ketchup. It's gonna save the carbs. Just use like vinegar-based hot sauce and maybe mustard, but I've had a lot of mustard today. In a sec, beef. All right, and last meal. This is the creamy. I did some blueberries, little lemon zest, a few rice cakes. Done for the day. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.